What's up, nerds? Welcome to Cool Nerd Show. I'm Steve Trezza.
Scott Burnett.
Devin Burke.
And welcome to our Nerdcast number 4, Midseason Madness. And
we didn't agree to say that at all. For sure.
More like mellow madness.
We've got, Colson's facing the wrong way. We've got the midseason finales of 4 of the 5 shows that we watched. Well, 3 of the 5 shows we watched, because
3 of the
Walking
4
Dead,
that were on this
Walking
week.
Dead was off.
No, last week was last week.
So thank you for watching. We're gonna start off with our reviews for the shows and of what we thought of the season so far.
Yep.
Then we'll get into our trailer talk section, which we will talk about the recently dropped Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows trailer and XMen Apocalypse trailer. And then, along with that trailer talk, we will have a very special segment of Awesome or Dumb. So, is Awesome or Dumb or Awesome or Lame?
We had, the first time we did it was Awesome or Not. The second time it was Awesome or Lame, and now it's Awesome or Dumb.
It just keeps changing.
Keeping you on your toes here.
So,
no continuity here at the Cool Nerd Show.
Click the annotation to where you want to go if you don't want to see some part of the show, or check the description below, which also has links to different sections of the show. So let's start off with our reviews, and we will start off with Supergirl.
Not the mid-season finale.
Supergirl is the only show that's not a mid-season finale, and that we will continue to review because it'll be the only show that's on.
Yeah, very much.
So,
Till Agent Carter starts.
Supergirl loses her powers, and then she gets them back at the end because all she needed was Jimmy Olsen to fall down an elevator. Mm-hmm. And then we have a very special surprise at the end of the episode.
That no one really saw coming.
That made everyone do a 180.
That made everyone was like, oh shit, Supergirl's gonna be good. I want to apologize to Supergirl personally because I didn't thought you had the balls to do something that cool. And I have very high hopes for the rest of this season now because you added one of my favorite Justice Leaguers.
I think Supergirl just gained a whole new audience now.
Yeah, because
Simply because Martian Manhunter is in this.
Yeah, I texted a bunch of my friends or in a group chat and I was like, shit, they just added Martian Manhunter. And then everybody's like, oh, I gotta catch up now.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
You don't really need to catch up. You just really need to watch the next episode.
Don't watch the last. Don't watch the first.
Actually, yeah, the last 3 episodes were solid.
The one Red Tornado was pretty good.
I didn't hate them, and especially this one was cool because you got to see Kara not Supergirl, and you had to see how she dealt with it. It was kind of cool. I thought the one there's a few. I guess we can go through positives and negatives, and one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Positives was I liked Supergirl not having her powers, like watching her having to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Martian Manhunter. The episode on the whole was solid, but Maxwell Lord's scene with like the guy who's bleeding out.
Oh yeah, he's like, I can't do anything.
It was so overacted. He was like over his body. He was like, damn it! Why, God, I can't save him. Oh, and it's like he had X-ray vision because he's like, he has a pneumothorax and he's bleeding out of his left ventricle. It's like you can't tell from him just laying there.
The one thing I hate about the show is I just hate Kara makes it so obvious that she's Supergirl. Like, so obvious.
Oh, and just Clark wasn't any better?
We can't talk about being obviously heroes. We can talk about that when we get to Arrow. Because all of our shows are obvious. They talk about their powers in very public situations.
Yeah, they do.
Like Barry in the CCPD station is like, hey, Joe, I was flashing around town yesterday. Like, screaming, top of his lungs. And, like, none of these shows do really well of, like, hiding the fact that they're all just all the civilians are dumb.
I guess that's true. But with Supergirl, when I was watching, because what I liked that it did is it took everyone assumed Henshaw was bad. Everyone assumed that he was Cyborg Superman because of the name, and just because he's kind of evil looking, you know. And then
red eyes,
and then red eyes is usually never a good thing. And then all of a sudden, once he started explaining it. And he's like, I'm an alien, and I'm thinking, and then all of a sudden, he starts saying, last of my kind, and he said Mars, and I was like, oh shit! Like, I just, like, screamed by myself, and then he turned into Martian Manhunter, and I was like, oh my god! Like, I texted you guys immediately. It was like, holy shit!
If anyone says they saw that coming, they are a goddamn liar.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw it coming. They even named him a different name of a bad guy.
Yeah. And and it's just, it was a complete 180 because I applaud it for that because you go through the series thinking this guy is evil and thinking that he's like not, he's out to get Kara or whatever. complete opposite. Like, he's not.
Well, I mean, they kind of wrote it that way because he
They
was
did.
very like.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was a good twist.
He was a very twisty mustache villain. Like whenever anybody would look away, he'd be like, "Man," like looking in the camera.
Kind of like Dr. Wells in the first season of
So
Flash.
you're like, man, he stinks of evil, and then he's not. He's John Jones. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So goddamn cool, and he looked awesome.
So he did. I thought they did a really good job.
And they're gonna be able to play a lot with this because he's a shapeshifter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could take like
Any actors.
yeah. So like let's say Supergirl needs to go in somewhere or whatever, or like be unassuming, and then he could take the form of her sister and back her up.
Yeah.
Like they could do a lot with this. They opened up the show for so many cool little like.
It just
avenues.
I really hope they don't take it and like use it to where he's Martian Manhunter, but he's not gonna really be Martian Manhunter for a bit. Like, and I feel like that's the route they're gonna go. Like, he's gonna be Henshaw for like 4 episodes, and then you're gonna get a stinger where he's Martian Manhunter. It's like, oh, just in case you forgot. Like, that's what I think they're gonna go with it. I hope they don't, but I just have that feeling that's where it's going.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else on Supergirl you guys want to add to before we get on to our other shows?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. We already talked about her losing her powers and everything, but I like to say that this is episode 5, right, of Supergirl?
I think it was 6.
6. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Somewhere around there.
I'm glad that they totally put out the episode like, oh no, the hero lost their power episode in episode 7. Because usually with like Flash, Arrow, or whatever, it's like the 2nd or 3rd season where we have to deal with that episode. Yeah. They took that episode right out right now.
Arrow can't lose his powers. He doesn't have any.
And he was incapacitated or comatose.
Well, he got stabbed.
He got stabbed.
Yeah.
She did the solar flare. I like how they incorporated that into there. Yeah. Because that's a relatively
not DBZ solar flare, but
there was one thing I didn't like. It's just a little bit of continuity, and I hate that I noticed these things. When Jimmy Olsen was dangling in the elevator shaft, and he fell, and Kara got her powers back, she was in Kara clothes, like clearly like a low-cut shirt with a little shawl over it, glasses. He falls. She flies down the elevator shaft to get him, comes back up dressed as Supergirl.
Well, maybe she had her costume down there.
She would look so fat with that cape on underneath that very thin...
No, I mean, maybe it was like down on the floor below, and she just flashed it and grabbed it.
So she like, let me get naked real quick.
She's like, yeah, Jimmy Olsen's here. Who?
Yeah, I don't know. She just went down as Kara came up as Supergirl. I was like, how did you find time to catch him?
Peak.
Yeah, and go down, catch him, change, come back up, and like, I don't know, whatever. It didn't ruin the episode. It took me out of it a little bit, but other than that,
I noticed it too.
Yeah,
it was annoying.
It was still a fine episode. As far as Supergirl episodes go, it's up there, top 3.
I think it's probably 1.
Yeah, I want to say if the whole meat of the episode was a little better, it would definitely be number 1.
Yeah, but the Red Tornado one was pretty good.
Red Tornado, I like the ending of the Red Tornado.
Guys, this is only the 6th episode. Can't start off with saying this is the best one yet.
All right, let's keep going. We're getting a little drifting off here on Supergirl. So next up, we got Flash. Flash mid-season finale.
A very Flash Christmas.
A very flashy Christmas.
Then they let you know.
They did. So in the Flash, we have kind of the rogues joined a little bit, but it's really apparent that Captain Cold isn't really a bad guy anymore. They bring him in, and he kind of tips off Barry as to what's going to happen. Yeah. And then we get Weather Wizard and Trickster. Trickster's back. That was cool.
Hi, Mark Hamill.
I feel like he was wasted a little bit in this episode.
I feel like the episode wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
It was a mediocre, normal, regular season episode.
Yeah, it didn't.
Not a mid-season finale episode.
But I feel like they had another mid-season, but either like they had to switch episode orders or something. Because this did not feel like a mid-season.
Well, you see...
Not at all. It felt like a regular episode.
It felt like the Christmas episode before.
But you have to deal with the other part of the episode, which is with Zoom and Wells. That was more...
Which felt very tacked on, though.
It was tacked on, yes, but I felt like with this episode, they explained Zoom's reasons.
I felt like we knew that already.
Yeah, we did, but now, like...
I never went into it not thinking that was his plan.
No, of course, we all knew that was the plan, but now it's, like, officially the plan. But now, like, I find it interesting that Wells of all people knows that plan, and Wells knows what opposite Wells from their timeline did the exact same thing to them, and now he has to do the exact same thing.
I feel like that's lazy.
It's true.
And like I never didn't think that Wells was helping Zoom to get Barry faster so he could steal his
now
speed.
he is. He wasn't doing it before, but now he is. Like,
he was flirting with it. He was flirting with the idea. But it's just like, oh, he's fattening up like a Christmas goose. Like,
Yeah.
I never thought...
We get it. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, especially in the beginning where Zoom was like, Merry Christmas. I was like, really?
I was like,
There's a lot of Christmas puns, but like it's supposed to be. I think they were like, let's reveal it now, and it wasn't really much of a reveal.
It wasn't. It was
anybody
just,
with kind of a head on their shoulders would be like, yep.
It was kind of a letdown, especially when you come off of last season mid-season finale, which was fantastic. Which is when you found out that Wells was the Reverse Flash. Right. They had the fight. Firestorm shows up at the end. Like that was one of the best episodes of Flash to date, I think.
Yeah.
That was when it turned the whole season around, and you're like, this show is awesome.
Yeah.
And this year is kind of a letdown.
I feel like something happened, because I know Supergirl's episode order is out of whack because of the Paris attacks, and they had to re-air an episode that did... Like,
they switched. They switched
they couldn't air the train episode. So I don't know if they switched around episodes and they were just maybe timing.
No, they didn't.
It just feels that the Zoom reveal felt tacked on to just a normal episode.
No, it was the mid-season.
This couldn't be... a switcheroo because this was literally the Christmas episode.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it had to air during December.
And it had to air after the Flash Arrow crossover.
Yeah.
So if this is the mid-season finale, it just wasn't that good.
Wally West showing up was cool.
It was cool, but it didn't
feel like a mid-season.
bring the episode up like it should have.
I mean, the acting was good in this episode, but I mean, like that can't be the highlight of a mid-season.
It was a letdown. Honestly, of all the shows that we watched, I think it actually was the worst this week.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yeah,
I think this is the worst episode of Flash this season.
No, there's a lot of ones in episodes in the first seasons.
No, this season.
This season. Oh, so
possibly.
Not a lot happened, and all this.
I don't know. The Firestorm one wasn't that good either.
No, I like the Firestorm one.
Nah, it was predictable.
You got to introduce the character. At least it had something. At least stuff happened. In this one, I just felt like.
Yeah, it was because you're expecting it to be much better because the mid-season finale wasn't that good.
There was one bit. One of my biggest positive was when he was trying to save Patty Spivot, and the dreidels spun in on him.
Yeah,
the talking creepy
C4 Clay,
and that was really cool. But then he like flew out really weird.
Yeah, and they didn't explode until he was already out of the building.
But then. Well, another part that bothered me is that Patty Spivot met Flash for all of 2 seconds, and then she started spilling her guts out to him.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe if I can't get a relationship because my dad's dead.
Well, because she has no one to talk to, and Flash even said sometimes a faceless person is someone.
Yeah, I know. But
plus, she trusts him because he's a hero.
Yep. Yeah.
So okay, that's enough for Flash now. What do you guys think so far of the Flash season? At the mid-season mark.
At the mid-season, if we're gonna give it a grade. I can't give it anything above a 7.5.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty average.
It's pretty average so far. And I thought the mid-season was going to turn it around, which kind of makes me a little nervous.
I'm gonna go 7.5 also, actually. I'll remain there. Devin?
I said C also, so probably just 70. Just for me, 7.
So a
70 out of 10? Jesus, you loved it!
So like a 7.4?
I keep saying it's a high school grade out of 100.
Yeah. Okay, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We have... They're on the planet now.
Yay, again, that really blue planet.
Man, I love that planet.
So Devin.
Yeah.
They go to this planet.
Oh, really?
Yes, because that's where the Hydra lore demon is.
Oh, cool.
Beast? I don't know.
Octopus?
Well, we think it's
the Hive, because he's the only one in Hydra that can, possess people.
Yeah.
So
they're on the planet, and then Coulson follows them there. And then we have this whole big ordeal going on there. And while that's going on, in the base where the portal is, S.H.I.E.L.D. goes and tries to interfere with Hydra.
Yep.
And they get there.
We see our first little
bit of the Secret Warriors.
And everything goes fine. No.
Oh.
The first formation, the Secret Warriors happens. That was kind of cool. It was a little short, but it was still cool. And then Lash actually got let free.
Yeah. And killed all them.
And he's still on the loose.
Oh.
Yeah, he killed 10 Inhumans probably that were locked up.
Yeah. Oh, that's not nice.
Just killed them all. Yeah.
That's sad. For them.
And then
did any of them have names?
No,
not really.
They really didn't.
All right.
We didn't know who they were.
Okay.
But he killed them all. And then we see them on the planet, and Coulson basically he kills Ward at the end.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But not really.
Oh no.
But wait.
He used his old robot hand to crush Ward's chest, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then at the end...
And he left it there.
And then, then he left Ward on the planet, and then they escape through the portal, and just in time to be extracted and get out of there as the castle blows up. Mm. But then at the end, we see that Ward got out.
Yep.
And how did he survive?
How did the Ward get out? Did the Ward get out?
The Ward got out.
Because the Hive possessed him.
So now Ward has powers.
Think of it this way. You know what I'm thinking they're going to go with? And this might just be a crazy theory. But, because the Hive can't possess anybody that's alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So...
He did die.
What? Ward was dead.
Yeah.
So, and then the Hive kind of takes on the characteristics of the person he possesses. So that's why Ward's more dangerous than if he was Will. But, think of it this way. Ward dies. Or, no, not Ward.
Will?
No. Ward and Lash, the Hive possesses Lash's body. So, because Ward is just this normal
Can Lash die?
Yeah, because he's got a flaw in his mutation. Can't say mutation, but whatever. That he's going to eventually, they said he's going to eventually permanently turn into Lash if he keeps going back.
Well, yes, I remember that.
So he can die.
But like, it doesn't look like he has really been hurt yet.
But
he looks kind of invincible.
What's going to happen is going to be like, we found this way to beat Lash. And May's going to be like, I'll do it. Kill Lash.
Ward's gonna die.
And then the Hive is going to take over Lash's body.
Really? You really think they're going to get rid of Ward? For good?
This is definitely his last season. You were not going to see Ward again because you can't keep him around as the big monster.
As the monster.
Yeah, you can't. This is Ward's last season, hands down.
I thought the episode was great, actually. Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot.
That's how you do a mid-season. I like that one.
The mid-season finale, fantastic. And I thought that I was very surprised when Ward died. And then after, you see that Will died, I was like, oh, well, I know what's going to happen.
We were talking about it. We're like, he'll be back.
But then it happened, immediately. He's like, oh, he's back already. I thought they would, I really wish that they would have, let us kind of dwell on it for a little bit, rather than just, he's here.
I think a more impactful way to do it was, all right, so you see, I don't know the big Hydra guy's name. I forgot his name.
Malik?
Malik. So you see him, walk into his office, and all you see on his desk is Coulson's hand. And then the episode cuts.
Yeah.
Because Coulson left his hand on the planet. Episode cut. How did the hand get there?
Also, Coulson is just the man. I love Coulson.
Yeah.
In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's so good.
His Clark Gregg has a clause in his contract that he can only film 3 days a week because he's like, I'm 55, I don't want to do this anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why you get a lot of Coulson has his own story now.
And then you'll have a lot of episodes that are minor Coulson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he only films 3 days a week.
That's cool. I like him a lot. And the thing is, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I like almost every character. Yeah. Every character is very likable on that show.
Don't you think Joey looks like he's Gay Ward?
He does kind of.
He looks exactly like
a homosexual Ward.
He doesn't really look like a gay Ward, but he's gay in the show, and he's Gay Ward. Because I saw him, and I was like,
he is gay in the show. That's right. I forgot about that.
I was like, what's Ward doing with the Secret Ward? Oh, that's not Ward. And I love the part where he melts down the gate, and they go in, and they get shot at.
And he melts the bullets?
And he's like, I'm bulletproof! He discovers his power. It was really cool. I like the way that they're, developing him. I'm glad they didn't shoo him off, because he was really cool.
And he could have been killed immediately, too.
Yeah. They kind of just left him on the back burner, and really, he's going to show his
he's going to slowly start to become a more important character in the show, before he dies.
Yep.
So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where do you think that's at right now?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is flirting. I'm going to give it a 9.
I was just going to do the same thing. Also going to give it a 9.
No, it was very, very enjoyable, and like I say, it's the best show we watch.
Yes, I agree.
It's very smartly written.
Sorry, Devin. Devin doesn't watch, you don't get to grade. But 9 for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so far, at this point in the midseason. There hasn't been a bad episode so far this season.
Yeah, I can agree. There hasn't been an episode where I was like, that could have been better.
There's some things we disagree with, but...
There's some things that, that was stupid, but the episode as a whole was good. I haven't had an episode as a whole that would be...
I agree. Yeah. All right, moving on to Arrow now.
Secret Corn.
Top secret corn.
Deadly underground corn.
Corn. Arrow calls out Damien Dark. Damien Dark brings it, and everyone definitely feels it.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit happened here. We get
fucked up.
Team Arrow. Team Arrow basically gets captured, and then Ollie kind of gives himself up. And then what I kind of liked about the episode, we have Laurel working with Merlin, which is a little weird, because...
Really? I think it's pretty obvious.
It's just a little weird, because they're two completely different characters that we never really see interact. So like how they have to come together to save everyone is just a little like I enjoyed it. I thought it was like ends of the spectrum coming together to try and save the team.
I have a gripe that Arrow and his cronies roll around, same body type, same gender, and Damien Dark sees
hang out all the time,
and then he sees the group of people that just keep attacking him. Same height, same gender. He's been really up close to all. How does he not know?
I call it the Power Ranger effect.
That's what I was gonna say. They walk around wearing their colors, and people are like, "These 5 teenagers are never around when there's a giant robot attacking the city." Like,
well, they're smart decisions because they got there real quick.
Yeah, I actually have a very crazy theory.
Okay.
No, but of Arrow. So when he goes into the underground corn area, he's always talking about this is going to be our Genesis. This is our Genesis. Blah blah blah. Right? Go back a few episodes when he's in that cabinet and everybody's like, that box looks a lot like a mother box. The mother box is part of the New Gods storyline.
Okay.
And they're from a planet called New Genesis. He was with a bunch of random people. What if they're the New Gods?
Does that explain the corn?
Well, they're gonna start the civilization over. The New Gods are gonna nuke.
Oh, okay.
The New Gods are gonna nuke the city.
Yeah, I can see that. And then they'll use the corn because
you know
that's all you need, right? Is corn.
That's all we saw was just corn.
I think it goes in, comes out, same thing.
I think it's a lot of plants. I think it's like the start of like an underground grow room, so for when the world is nuked, they could just start again.
If they showed all their plants,
it did only show corn.
If they go with the New Gods on a show where he fucking just shoots out, it's ballsy.
Sorry. Hope you like corn. So we're having for the next 10 years.
Damien Dark is like, I should have planted something else. Just eating creamed corn all day.
Cornflakes. I think it's corn on the cob. It's cornflakes.
Corn muffins.
It's like the bubba gum of the new world.
Popcorn.
Corn muffins. Cornflakes. Popcorn. Corn
the band corn.
They're just playing in the corner.
They're playing in
the corner. Sorry.
That's bad.
I know.
But you could say it's corn.
I like your theory. I
really hope they do that, but to tell you the truth, I know what they're going to do. They're just going to basically make a bigger version of that gas and nuke the city, and those people are just like well-off benefactors.
Do you think Damien Dark will get killed by Vandal Savage?
No.
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think
that's how he dies in the comic.
I don't think the shows are going to cross-pollinate like that anymore.
Yeah.
They finally got...
Still trying with the corn jokes here, huh? Cross-pollinate?
You don't make corn by cross-pollinating.
Well, you pollinate the corn. Corn it's a plant, it gets pollinated.
This is not a science class.
I didn't intend for that. This section's a little corny, people. I'm sorry.
I already did a corny joke already.
Yeah, but mine was better.
Going back to what we were saying before, the team with when they're all like hanging out, whatever. I mean, he kind of has to know because he walks in and he's just like, take them, and like just takes his friends. Like, how does he know who's who? You know.
Which one does Oliver care about? Take that one.
And then at the end, of course, Felicity gets shot.
I like how they were doing it back and forth between him and his family. Like,
yeah, I like that too because you kind of shows you that like Damien Dark has a family, but they don't know how evil he is. Like, you're kind of like, he's got these two sides.
Can you imagine they actually know how evil he is? Like, yeah, he's just taking over the world. He's got his little corn maze down there.
Yeah.
It was a mob movie, the way they did it.
It was. I liked it.
It was a very, like, Sopranos-esque.
I thought it was one of the better episodes of Arrow this season.
I have another theory.
She's like
and here's the Felicity theory.
The headstone is Felicity's. She's not dead. So they take her and they nurse her back to health in the Arrow Cave and they keep her secluded. So they kind of fake her death. He's upset in the footage of him at the gravestone because he let Felicity get hurt. Because there's no way you're going to have that talk like, we can't get married in this life. Blah, blah, blah. Corny ass, oh, look, he found the ring. One, that kind of felt forced then. Because she's like, when are you going to propose? I'm like, whatever. But that's another story.
Felicity's been annoying me. Especially, like, even last week when she bitched about, like, when, like, the fighting Vandal Savage and the world's going to end and she was bitching.
There's no way they're going to show her bleeding out. In the preview, they show her in the hospital. She's not going to die. They're faking her death. They're going to put her gravestone so Damien Dark thinks she's dead so he won't go looking for her.
But you're going to really have half of a season without Felicity?
No, she's gonna be there.
She's gonna be in the Arrow Cave all the time.
She's gonna be in the Arrow Cave.
I don't
She's
think...
gonna... No, because listen, think about it. They mirror Arrow a lot. When Barbara Gordon gets shot, she's Oracle.
Yes.
And she stops being in the front lines, and she just
really
stays in front of a character.
Yes. Oh, okay, I get that.
What if Felicity's paralyzed?
Okay, hold on. I have a counterpoint to your point. So, she's paralyzed and she's Oracle. So, basically, I agree. I see where you're going with this, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with it because I feel like the whole grave thing is so powerful that they can't put her in the Arrow Cave and have her still be a character on the show. If they're going to do it, I feel like they're going to make that the twist at the end where it's like, oh, she's dead. And then all of a sudden, later on, it's going to be revealed she's not really dead, and everyone knows that she's not really dead, and they're just kind of nursing her back to health. And they're going to make some kind of type of twist out of it. I just think that because of how powerful we see the grave scene, they are going to want you to think that she's dead. They're not going to just be like, she's not dead and have the grave, and he's going to be like, no, she's okay, and you're going to know that. Like, that's what I think.
Counterpoint to your counterpoint, that's why they showed it in the first episode.
Still.
Just to have it drawn out.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm calling it.
I disagree with you.
Counterpoint to the counterpoint of your counterpoint of that counterpoint. Corn's pretty great.
So, I don't know, and I'm still not even buying that it is Felicity. I think it could be two things. Either she's gonna be fine at the end of the episode and whatever, and everything's gonna be okay. Someone else is gonna die, and it's gonna be someone else's grave. Or, and if they did this, I would love it, but I don't think they would do it. Is they have Felicity in the hospital, and there's a whole other story going on where Oliver's doing whatever, fighting whoever, and then at the end of the episode, she dies in the hospital, and like goes flatline and boob, and then all of a sudden you're at the grave scene, and the episode ends. That is the only way I can think that they would do it. I actually kind of hope that happens. I do like Felicity as a character, but I think that them as a couple just brings the show down, kind of. Yeah. I don't know. So that's what I want to see, but I don't know if that's gonna be what happens.
In the beginning of the season, they said they're taking a happier tone, so they're not going to kill her off. They're definitely not killing her off because
there's always one death. There's always one big death.
There's always one death, but
and they already brought one back last year.
They didn't show you that death. They're hitting you over the head with this Felicity death, especially with the gravestone. You see Oliver saying, you're like, must be Felicity. They show Felicity get shot, must be Felicity. In the preview of next. You see her in the hospital getting worked up. Oh, must be Felicity. It's not going to be Felicity.
And that's
it's
why...
It's not going to be Felicity.
Listen, that's what I said I want. I said that's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's how they could do it.
I say that because
I don't think that's what it's going to be. I agree with you on that. I think it's going to be someone completely different.
Well, Damien Dark.
Someone else.
It's
not Damien Dark. Why would he mourn over Damien Dark?
I don't know. What if he had a greater cause?
And where's Ray? By the way.
Probably in the 70s.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's doing Legends of Tomorrow stuff. I'm saying they're taking a happier tone. They're going to fake Felicity's death to make sure she's all right. That's why they showed you the death in the beginning of the season. So you're like, oh, shit, she's going to die. You're thinking the whole time.
Yes.
So then when you're like, oh, no, she's actually alive, and she's basically going to be Oracle because this show loves to boot, like
it likes to be Batman. Yes.
She's going to be Oracle. She might even be paralyzed. You didn't see where she got shot. At least I didn't see it.
Well, one was here.
Yeah. Either way, she's bleeding from her mouth, so she's internally bleeding.
Yeah, so she could very well be paralyzed, and if she's paralyzed, then it kind of thins out the field team, and then she could just be in the Arrow Cave, and then she's straight Oracle. I would not be surprised. 100% she's alive. I'd say like 75% it's the fake grave death, and I would say like 40% she's paralyzed, and she's Oracle.
Okay, real quick though, going back, where's Ray? Seriously? We've had 2 episodes. He wasn't in the team up. He wasn't in this episode when we need him, and they don't even.
I think they're just kind of separating it now. The Legends will be known.
I had wanted to see Ray Palmer.
They never said he was going anywhere.
Exactly. They just give us a line of dialogue. Oh, I have to fly to China to do something. Like I don't know anything. A line of dialogue.
Going on vacation.
They didn't give us shit.
I'm going on vacation.
He's gone. Ray. Yeah.
Going on vacation.
All right. Anyway, so at this point in mid-season, what would you give Arrow for this season? A grade?
I would say a solid 8.
How? Damn it. Okay, I was gonna say. I thought I'm gonna give it an 8.
That's why when I saw your reaction, I was like, I'll throw a 0.3 on there because I don't want to be.
I don't think it's that high.
Yeah, it's 8.
I'm gonna
give it an 8. Really, we're gonna give it an 8.
No way.
We never agree on anything.
3 for 3 right now.
I know.
7.5.
Okay.
Really? That's the lowest Flash?
Yeah.
Well, his Flash was 7.
Oh yeah.
I know it for a fact better, but it's not that better.
I mean, it's that good because season 3 was that bad.
No, put it this way.
It is true. It's like even the bad episodes. You're like, well, it's better than last season.
And Damien Dark's
why does it feel like that season 3 is always like the bad season? Like Walking Dead season 3 was bad. This season 3 is bad.
Friends season 3 was terrible.
Right?
I never watched Friends.
I mean, Joey, what were you even doing?
Chandler, right?
South Park season 3 was one of my favorite South Park seasons.
I don't care.
Huge American penis.
And on that note, we're gonna take you into trailer talk. Awesome or dumb, lame or not.
All right, so trailer talk.
Taking out the cool nerd tablet.
Yeah, we're moving up here in the world. So the first trailer that we watched, or that got released this week, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Heroes in a Half Shell?
2, Secret of the Ooze. No, Out of the Shadows.
Out of the Ooze half shell shadows.
So, and if my, yeah, there we go.
So we should use paper.
So what did you guys think of the trailer?
Surprisingly good.
Yeah.
It was corny, but it was good corny.
All right, we gotta stop with corns.
It was cheesy, but it was good cheesy.
Damien Dark all over that place. Damien Dark's secret lair all up in that bitch.
No, I liked it a lot actually, and I just watched the first one maybe like 2 or 3 months ago.
When you were hungover.
I was hungover, but I still watched it and enjoyed it because I had nothing to do, and I was like, I'm hungover and I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna put this.
All the reasons I was hungover. I was on the plane. It was the only thing in there. I had no choice. There was no penis to entertain me.
When the first one came out, everyone shat on it and was like, it was bad. It wasn't that good. And I watched it, and I was an avid Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan as a kid, and I thought it was good. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah.
Well, anything's better than that movie. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought they got the characters done really well. So, what secrets does this trailer possess?
Secrets?
Yeah.
What, they're shadows? Because they're clearly out in daylight now since the news reporter's like, who are you guys?
No, I mean, what did you take from the trailer, basically?
The invasion could be Krang.
I really hope.
Krang?
I really hope it's the Krang army.
I hope it's not too packed, because we got Bebop and Rocksteady. We got Shredder's back, obviously. And we got Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
But
Baxton.
I mean, he's not going to... I don't think... I mean, maybe at the end we'll have like that, like he's turning the fire
I think it's Baxter Stockman that makes Bebop and Rocksteady, because that's what he does in the show, and that... So, obviously, I think he's going to do the same thing to himself.
Do you think he'll turn into the fly at the end?
Yeah.
Well, either that, or... it's going to be like one of those, like, you failed me. He puts it in there. It's like, you're nothing more than a
fly.
And, yeah, exactly. That's what's going to
And we're not going to see him full fly. We'll just see him,
But remember, he'll probably look freaking creepy if you think about it.
Well, I hope, and then we get the Krang. It'll be very Amazing Spider-Man 2 if they do that. Like, very crammed. Like,
you mean
the Krang army, and then...
But just by the looks of it looks like mostly Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be, like, the main ones that are going to be fighting the most.
I was disappointed. They didn't say Turtles.
Yeah, you never know.
I know. That's all I wanted.
Just Irish accent of Turtles.
It's not Irish.
Well, Seamus would be saying it.
Is it Turtles?
No, that's not. And I didn't.
It's like a Brooklyn accent.
I didn't realize that the black dad from Malcolm in the Middle still got work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Casey Jones, Mr. Amell himself, is Casey Jones.
Seems to be
awesome.
Right.
That's gonna be sweet.
Basically, Arrow.
Yeah.
Arrow that uses sports equipment.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like he looked cool.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
not. He didn't venture out of his comfort zone. He basically is playing Arrow.
Kind of missed the long hair, Casey Jones.
So I'm actually kind of excited for it. I didn't see the first one in theaters. Like I said, I just watched it a couple months ago. I think this one's going to be so much better. It looks fun. It looks a lot of fun.
All right, you want to kick into the awesome or lame segment for this trailer?
No, not yet. We'll do that when we hit awesome or lame because we're still in trailer talk. Now let's talk.
I thought we were mixing them up.
Basically the same thing.
Well, trailer talk, we're going to continue.
Yeah, but then when we come to that part, it's going to be like, awesome or lame? Yeah, awesome. Spoilers?
What? Shut up. All right?
We're having a production meeting while we're filming.
Okay, so... Now let's get into the next trailer, which is XMen Apocalypse.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the XMen Apocalypse trailer?
Meh.
Sort of let down.
I thought it was just meh.
I thought it was good. Yeah. I liked it.
It was super generic.
So we have good, meh, and letdown. So we're all disagreeing on this one, basically.
So it basically makes it two mehs.
If you look at the Days of Future Past trailer, I thought that was mad when that came out, and that movie
No
was
way,
incredible.
with that trailer?
Yes.
I think that trailer got me way
No
more
way.
excited than this
Dude,
one.
that trailer was like gorgeous.
Come on, we saw Nightcrawler. You saw Apocalypse didn't look as bad as we thought he was going to look.
Because they were hiding him.
Yeah, they just showed his face.
They
dude.
were hiding him.
Still, no, he didn't look as bad as we
It
thought
was
he
like
was. No, I thought it looked great, and I thought I love the part where Apocalypse got really big because he does that in the comics.
Still don't see his face.
So what?
They're hiding him. Every time you see him, he's just like shit in front, like a random like beam in front of his face.
And don't you remember the internet called him like Ivan Ooze
I
for
know,
like,
I
the past
remember they
like
did
month
call
and a
him.
half?
Yeah,
But I trust Bryan Singer. He hasn't made a bad X-Men movie.
This seems like very safe. Like, you know how Age of Ultron was safe? Like
It's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good.
Listen, Francis Coppola made Jack. Remember that.
Jack wasn't a bad movie.
The one with...
Robin Williams.
I love that movie.
Thank
No,
you.
you don't.
Thank you.
No. Stop. No. You guys are in denial.
It had a lot of heart in it.
So also the only thing I didn't like about the episode is I don't like how they're playing.
You mean trailer?
Yes. Sorry, we're talking about episodes. The only thing I didn't like about the trailer is how they portray Mystique and Jennifer Lawrence.
What, that she's a hero?
Yes, because she's not a good guy, and like it's just that it's Jennifer Lawrence, so
Timeline.
they're throwing her in there, and like she's a big star, so she's got to be the good. It's stupid.
Jennifer Lawrence seems like she's in the last movie of a contract in this trailer.
Yeah, she
She's
might
like-
die in this.
She's like, oh,
Well,
you don't know how to use your powers. Good, fight, it's war. Fuck, get him a check now. Like, she's been checked out of these movies for a while.
Well, she did good in the last two.
I don't know. Well, maybe it's just, I don't really, maybe it's her acting style, because I feel like she does the same thing in Hunger Games. I just maybe...
She's a good actress.
But not in these action movies. In Silver Linings Playbook, yeah, it fits, but I don't know. I just never liked her acting style.
Oh, come on. I liked her. She was great in Days of Future Past. Yes.
She was alright.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't, I'm not a fan of her acting.
I mean, she's a good side character, but now like she's like looking more like as a star.
Like a
role.
leader. And
That's the thing.
Stupid.
Mystique's not a
Mystique's
leader.
not a
She's
leader. And she's not a good guy. She's a villain. You know?
well, this is the past, so Magneto and her walk that weird line.
Yeah, that's
and now
true.
it's Charles in that line. I
And
guess.
it's a new timeline, so they could do all that shit.
And I don't care. I like what James McAvoy looked like with shaved head.
Yeah, it didn't look bad.
I thought it was kind of comedic.
I thought it looked good. I liked it. And he's in the suit. And he's yeah. It's come on.
I was like, Patrick Stewart. I'm like, oh no, that's. And I just laughed.
Archangel looked cool.
Archangel looked cool. Nightcrawler looked cool. Jubilee looked like Jubilee.
Storm.
Mohawk Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought I'm very excited, and I love the X-Men are probably my favorite comic book. I guess.
The only thing Fox is doing right.
Well, my favorite comic was the X-Men. So, and I've loved most of the movies with the exception of
Last Stand and
Origins.
Wolverine.
I like the Wolverine.
Origins?
No, the Wolverine.
The Asian one.
Oh.
Yes.
And I always forget about that one because it was so bad.
It's a forgettable movie, but I thought it was
never
good.
forget about that.
But no, and I think this one's gonna be good too.
Right.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
We're still
In Bryan
seeing
Singer,
it.
we trust.
It was definitely my least favorite trailer of all the trailers that dropped in the last couple weeks.
Okay, in Bryan Singer, we trust. Anyway, awesome or dumb?
What?
Lame or not.
We're gonna start off. What did you guys? So we basically talked about this, but Bebop and Rocksteady. How did they look? Awesome or dumb? Devin.
Awesome. Like, it basically captures like the whole like 80s TV show feel, because you did not know they were mostly made for the cartoon show.
Yes.
So this is literally finally what we got to see Bebop and Rocksteady finally on the big screen, because we had Tokar and Razar, I believe that was their names in TMN2, but we still always call them Bebop and Rocksteady. No one ever called them Tokar and Razar in school.
I did. You're the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one that called them Bebop and Rocksteady.
We knew they were supposed to be that, but they didn't get the rights to it.
Yep.
For some reason.
I don't know. Yeah,
How?
A wolf and a snapping turtle. Babies!
They're babies! I still love that one.
I'm gonna go dumb.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I love that we're getting them, but they look so CGI'd.
Well, I mean, this is...
I know, but like even the turtles kind of look more photorealistic than them, and it feels like there's a disparity between the photorealism of the turtles and Bebop and Rocksteady. It could have just been a few scenes we saw them in.
But I feel like for the tone of it, that it looks more cartoony.
Yeah,
now,
it is
it's
very
gonna work more.
It is very cartoony because the last shot of the trailer you see Rocksteady in a tank.
Was that in a video game? Because I feel like that was in the video
Yeah,
game,
so,
like
I mean-
Turtles in Time or something. Because there's no way
Yeah.
that they just thought like, all right, in
They
this
just-
scene in a waterfall, we're gonna have a tank come up from the water,
Well,
and Rocksteady's gonna shoot the tank.
They used to have the machines that dug in the ground, remember?
Yeah.
What was the giant dome
The
thing called?
Technodrome.
The Technodrome, yeah.
But that was a tank, though. There's no way that...
No, but they had little machines that went too. Not tanks, but they had like the drill things that would go in the ground too.
Well,
They just went
So
off
maybe
the
that's-
fucking walls with this, but I just think they're very, very CGI looking.
I agree with you. I think they look almost too CGI, but I'm gonna go awesome because I think it still looks cool.
Yeah,
And-
the
and-
last scene where he's in the tank is pretty
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
Like, you're just getting a CGI rhino driving a tank, shooting a big turtle. Like, what is this fucking movie? It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good. All right,
I'm still gonna go see the shit out of it.
Totally.
Awesome or dumb, Scott? What did you think of Casey Jones's look?
Casey Queen, Oliver Jones. I love them because the more Stephen Amell, I love Stephen Amell's getting movie work.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, although I don't know if his acting's super strong, but fuck it. I'm glad this handsome bastard's getting movie roles. I'm gonna go awesome because I want to see more of my favorite actors and my favorite shows go on and do bigger and better things.
I agree.
I'm gonna say lame.
Of course you will.
Well, here's the thing. I see him act in WWE when he was wrestling. Yes, he was. And his performance was not great. He doesn't look like Casey Jones from the past. Like, no long hair. Doesn't use cricket. He just uses his hockey stick. So,
Well, you know, he's got a
but
whole
I didn't
thing
see.
of it.
But I didn't see like an arsenal on his back. I didn't see any
He
of
did.
that. No, I don't recall.
He had a holster.
But did they have other stuff? 'Cause
He had a
I-
hockey stick.
I just saw a hockey stick and a baseball bat. That's all I saw.
Well, it could be more. It was a quick shot.
But still, like, I don't know. I just saw it, and his voice is just still just Stephen Amell. Like, there's no
Brooklyn in it.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm still gonna go. I'm
He
gonna
just
go.
said his name. It wasn't like he can't throw a Brooklyn accent in there.
I'm gonna keep the me and Scott agreeing thing. Well, actually, we disagreed on the last one, so never mind. That got broken. But I'm gonna say awesome.
Yeah.
I think he looked great, and I think he's gonna do a good
I
job.
think if we agreed on everything, the world would blow up.
You guys are just Arrow lovers.
I do love Arrow.
I like Arrow too, but I think he did a good job, or it looks like he's gonna do a good job.
He only said his name, basically, so we really can't judge his whole performance
But he looks good.
on 2 syllables.
So
No, 3 syllables.
we have 2 more awesome or dumbs, and these are going to be pertaining to the X-Men trailer. So the New Mutants, Scott, let's start with Scott. What do you think of the look of the New Mutants?
Awesome. Jubilee looks out of place. But
Yeah.
I can't tell the whole tone of the movie because it's set in the 80s.
Yes.
So I'm going to just say all around awesome because Nightcrawler looked way better than I thought he was going to look.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he looks like bad Nightcrawler cosplay in those pictures. And then he actually looked like a Nightcrawler. Storm, Alexander Ship, makes a great Storm. Mohawk Storm was fucking cool.
Yeah. I agree.
And anytime I could see Olivia Munn in a Psylocke costume.
Well, she wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah,
was
she wasn't.
I must have missed that.
I must have missed it too.
Yeah,
Must
she was
have
in
been
it.
really quick.
When they were going through the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah. Okay.
Archangel looked badass. And,
Archangel did look better.
And Olivia Munn as Psylocke is... every nerd
I
is
missed
going to...
G4.
Yeah, so do I. Every nerd has been... That gif of her eating a hot dog is going to get replaced with a gif of her as Psylocke. Or gif, or how the fuck you say it. I don't know.
It's GIF, unfortunately.
Devin, awesome or dumb? The X-Men New Mutants.
I'm totally for it. Like, it's totally awesome. But like I said, like, I just feel like some mutants shouldn't be with each other. Like, I don't see how there could be a connection with Jubilee and Nightcrawler. Like, I don't see like those.
Well, they're
two-
all the X-Men.
I know they're all the
School.
X-Men, but like,
Yeah, they're all in school together.
But that's the thing. Like, when did the school finally establish? Did
Well,
they
you're not
finally-
going to tell that in the trailer.
I know, but it just feels. I don't know. Still like.
The last one took place in the early 70s. This is taking place in the 80s.
Yeah.
I know, and you have Cyclops, who's supposed to be the leader, but you know, like he's like in his training days or
Yeah.
something like that. And are we gonna see Wolverine? Are we gonna see?
He's supposed to make
He's supposed to make a cameo.
Okay. He's probably gonna die.
I'm also going to go awesome. I think they all look good. And I'm very glad to see Cyclops come back.
Psylocke or Cyclops.
That's their relationship. When you ship them together, it's Psylocke.
I didn't like the look of Havoc, though. Looks a little weird.
It's the 80s. They all have that weird,
Yeah.
like... He should have
That
been
weird
wearing,
mullet
like...
type
He
look.
should have been wearing a blazer with his sleeves rolled up, doing blow off the table. Like, in the very 80s.
Cyclops was cool, though. I can't wait to see him again. I think we didn't see much of Jean Grey, but I like Sophie
Ben.
Turner.
Her...
So I think she'll do good.
Her accent was bleeding through a little bit. I
Yeah.
could tell. She was like, I saw so much death. Like, she's fighting it real hard.
And yeah,
it's fine.
Nightcrawler and Archangel look great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm excited. On to our last
I think it's Apocalypse.
awesome or dumb, and that is the look of Apocalypse.
What do he look like? I didn't see again.
Who did I start with? Scott, Devin.
Well, we already know his opinion on it. Are we going just by the face or the whole round body? And
All
everything?
around Apocalypse look.
What you've seen.
Alright, I think it's awesome because it looks like they fixed it up. He's not as purple. He's a little bit more blue. The happy blue,
And
not
gray.
the sad blue.
Blue and gray.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if like that picture that was taken was actually the lighting, because if you look, like I remember before, like Olivia Psylocke, her dress was more purplish too. So I wasn't sure that was probably just lighting with the camera or something like that. But I feel like they totally like changed the color, or it was originally like blue to begin with. So I'm totally for it if it's blue but not purple.
Well, what movies do is they oversaturate the color, so any filters or any color correction they put in the movie,
Right.
it shows up with the way the camera picks it up. If you watch the featurettes on The Hobbit, they look like comic book characters. They are purple and pink and everything, just the way it translates on a certain type of camera. It comes off darker. That being said, dumb, because he looks like an armored Ivan Ooze still. You could tell that the backlash from the Entertainment Weekly magazine and the Comic-Con pictures,
And everyone online.
they're fixing him. So because every time you pass him, you don't see his face all the time. But his motivation as a villain, I'm going also dumb, because Marvel is beating Fox to the punch on purpose. Like just how they removed all the X-Men comic books and stuff, and all that, like just the properties the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't own, they kind of like try their best to derail. And he has a very Ronin from Guardians of the Galaxy look. He and his,
They basically look the same.
they look
though.
the same. Their motivations are the same. You're not worthy. I'm trying to wipe out the world to make a better one. Like Marvel's done this already.
I also
And-
kind of feel like, why is he starting now? Then
Yeah, other than he's
Well,
been
the
around.
story of Apocalypse is he gets like awakened.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like this trailer doesn't get me excited for the story, or they're setting up the stakes of it. They're trying to be. I don't know. It just didn't get me excited, and I think Apocalypse is a big part of it. That's why I'm going dumb.
Could be that I'm just a huge X-Men fanboy, but I'm gonna go awesome. I think everything about this movie looks great. I mean, the trailer was not as action-packed as I would hope it would be, but just seeing everything, I thought everything looked great. I think everything's in place to be great. And as I said before, I originally thought that the Days of Future Past trailer was okay when I originally saw it, and this, I feel like, is on the same lines of that, and I trust Bryan Singer. But I did, again, Apocalypse growing, I think that's awesome. He's going to have all these different types of powers, and I think it's just going to be fantastic. Yeah, so
That wraps it up, right?
that wraps it up for Nerdcast number 4, Midseason Madness.
Stop.
And,
That's not what it's called.
We'll call it that again when it comes back.
You called it last episode that Midseason Madness.
No, I
too.
said that this is going to be called Midseason Madness last episode.
Well, we're not calling it anymore. It's so good.
That's what it's going to be named because
Well,
I'm putting it out.
Hit the outro so we can get out of this Midseason madness.
Please, if you haven't yet, like, favorite, and subscribe to our show. Check out all of our other videos over on our channel.
Share with your grandma or your friends.
And she'll be like, "What's this?" And
It's like, I don't know, talk about corn a bunch of times.
yeah.
I could only eat corn.
And
I like this episode.
we'll see you on our other segments.
Bye.